with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself. But the hell else are you going to do about it? Um, I tried to talk about this last week. Well, I kind of did talk about this last week, but I really flubbed it. I had written in my notes. I have this really pretty green pen, and I get real girly about this stuff. Like, oh, I'm going to write my notes. This is such a pretty color. And I hung up my notes and I started to talk, and I was like, oh, I can't read that. Well, I didn't realize that I'd hit record or go live. So I was going live while I was writing my notes. So that was probably very thrilling 6 minutes for somebody. So I deleted the video, and we're going to talk about it again. And it's kind of funny because um, it's even more important to me today than it was last week. What originally had motivated me to talk about this was one of my best friends is in just not in a great environment right now. And there's a multitude of reasons why it's very difficult for her to get out of where she's at. So, since her environment can't change, she's going to have to change her perception. Well, and this morning it was hit home to me again that, you know what, I can't always change how my body decides to respond to things. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. I hurt so gosh damn bad. I hurt all the freaking time. It's frustrating, it's depressing, it's stressful. But it is what it is. It's what I have to deal with. So, I need to fix my attitude. And you know what sucks? I used to do all of this stuff regularly, and I just when I went on the Cymbalta last year, it screwed me up so bad, and I stopped a lot of my really good habits. So now I'm trying to pick up the pieces and kind of start over. This information, by the way, is from mindbodygreen.com. Number one, you cannot fix what you will not face. You need to be specific. Why are you unhappy? Well, I'm unhappy because of my environment. Okay, but what is it specifically about your environment? Because you're going to have to determine what you can change and what you can't. That's why you need to be specific. You can work on the things that are changeable. You need to work on your attitude regarding the things that are unchangeable. But at the end of the day, you have a role. You played a very significant role in putting you where you are today, positive or negative. You had a role. If you're not happy, you really need to look at this. Isn't easy, but you need to look at yourself, and you need to figure out the role that you played getting into this position, and B, you need to figure out how this is serving you, because it does serve you on some level, even if that level is just you don't know what else to do. This is your comfort zone. That's serving you. That's serving a purpose. Um, to tie this into my health issues, I have to own my role. I don't do all the things that I should do. Of course, this is where my doctor and she gets so frustrated with me. She's like, you do a lot. Quit beating yourself up. And she's right. I do a lot to manage all this. But I could be doing more. That's my role in this. I could be doing more. I could be doing better. How does it serve me? Well, it lets me be lazy. There's a lot of ways that this could serve. They're not good ways. I didn't claim these were good things. Why is my girlfriend in her situation? Well, her reasons for going to this environment were very valid and really important. And nobody in her life questions why she ended up where she's at. But now she has to own her role as to why it's so difficult for her to get herself out of there. Yes, I'm going to send her a link to this because she's at work. I know she ain't watching right now. Number two, you need to understand happiness is largely a choice. And now I'm not talking about people who are severely clinically depressed, obviously. But for the vast majority of us, look, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your situation is. We all have the same choice every morning. We can wake up and choose to focus on the good things in our life and choose to be grateful and happy. Or You can wake up, oh God, I feel like crap today and my legs hurt and I don't know if I'm going to be able to exercise. And I could have chose that route this morning, but what's the point of that? It's not going to get me anywhere. And in fact, in my situation, that becomes very self-fulfilling. If I choose to be positive, I feel better physically. It's just that simple. Number 3, words matter. What you say to yourself, it's absolutely everything. The ubiquitous they, as I like to say, they say we have about 70,000 thoughts a day. For a lot of us, our thoughts are really harshly self-critical and it's very automatic. We're not even aware of it. So you're literally immersing yourself in negativity all day if you're not paying attention. You need to not, and this is where I get into trouble with my health because I go out and I read up on it and I study it a little bit and I can't do this. This isn't going to get any better. It's impossible to fix this. I can't I can't do this. Well then of course I can't do this. Of course not. It's been really funny. I've really had an attitude shift regarding something significant. And it's not a story I'm willing to go into, so maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. But it's been really interesting to me how this one small but very significant attitude shift regarding an incident that happened a really long time ago. But it has it's impacted my anxiety levels tremendously for the better, which is really cool. But that was that ties back to a negative voice in my head that's been there for more than, oh my gosh, for 50 years. It has been. Oh my gosh, I'm old. Anyway, it's been there all this time. And it was finally somebody helped me look at it from a different perspective. And words matter. They just do. Um, I should have numbered these because I started numbering them after I started talking. Number 4, you need to find positive influences. Look, I used to be a horribly negative person. I was bitter. I was angry. I was pissed off about things that happened to me in my past. I was pissed off about my health, which frankly they're tied, but I was mad. I was mad at the world. Do you think that did any good? No. I finally realized years ago that I've got to take a hold of myself and fix what I can here, and I started working on my attitude. You need to find positive influences. If you're a really negative person, you're not going to have positive people in your life because positive people don't want to hang out with Debbie Downer. They just don't. I've been there. I used to be that person. So if you need positive influences, you have the world at your fingertips. Get online, go find some podcasts, go find a YouTube channel, go find, I don't know, go to the library and check out a book. But there are so many people out there with wonderful, positive, uplifting content, information, whatever you want to call it. You need a little positivity in your life. Just 15, and this is something I've really fallen off the wagon with, and I notice a difference. I'm really passionate about politics, and it's super easy for me to get sucked into just consuming political content. But that doesn't help my stress. It doesn't help my anxiety. I need to step back and start spending 15 minutes a day. That's all. Just 15 minutes doing something positive, whether it be listening to YouTube, reading my Bible. That's certainly a good way for me to spend 15 minutes. But there's a lot of YouTube channels that I like. Trent Shelton has a great YouTube channel. Stephanie Lynn Coaching, Brendan Burchard. Oh, there's just so many. Books, go to the library. You don't even have to make an investment in yourself. Go to the library, look for books by John C. Maxwell, by Jen Sincero, or whatever speaks to you. Maxwell is a leadership expert. Maybe that's not your cup of tea. No judgment. But you need to find positive influences. Find something about yourself that you like and you want to build up and start consuming that kind of content, that information. You'll be amazed what just 15 minutes a day is going to do for your overall mental health. Affirmations work. I know we love to laugh at them and they are kind of cheesy, but they've been around for a long time because they do work. And I'm not telling you you have to go stand in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself, but is there really anything wrong with that? No. If it helps, do it. But I like to hang up little notes and mantras. Um, I have my little desk that my computer sits on when I'm filming. It closes up. It's got doors. I've got Bible verses all over these doors. Little things that just make me happy, because it helps me remember to be positive and focused. You can post. Maybe you want to be more focused. Maybe you want to be more present. Get your phone out, set an alarm at noon every day. An alarm goes off. Hey, I was gonna be focused today. That's right. I need to work on being more focused. Little things like that. That's all small changes, but the small changes can make such a significant impact. And here's my bonus tip. This is not from Mind Body Green. This is from me. If you're stuck in an unchangeable situation and you're not happy, you need to exercise. What? I know, right? But hear me out. It wasn't really all that long ago that I was so unhealthy. I couldn't do 10 minutes on a freaking Wii Fit. I went on to teach cardio kickboxing, and the woman who hired me told me she'd hire me again in a second. I can't do that anymore. Really couldn't do it at the time, but it was just a goal that I had set and I wanted it so bad. So I did it. But exercise, especially if you have health issues, that for me, the time that I exercise, no matter what else happens during my day, I'm in control of that block of time. I am choosing. It makes me really happy. It truly does. What I do, my primary form of fitness, absolutely makes me happy. And even this morning, I was in tears before I started because my legs hurt so bad. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I have strategies. I'm not stupid. I probably know a lot more about listening to my body than you do. I know how to listen and pay attention, and I would have stopped if I had to, but you know what? I got through it. And I was only about 4 minutes into it when I caught myself with a big, huge grin on my face. Nothing else gives me that kind of feeling than exercise. Nothing makes me feel like I have more power over my health issues than exercise. Exercise teaches us how to be focused, it teaches us how to be present. Hell, I was so focused this morning. I finally figured out there's a section in this choreography that I did today. And I knew I was rushing it, but I just could not figure out what I was doing wrong. I found it this morning. Why? Because I was so completely inward focused. So I could set the pain in my legs into the back of my mind. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's what I'm doing wrong. So, now that I know it's a problem, I can fix it. But it does teach you to be focused. It does teach you how to be present. If you're a really unhappy person and you don't know how to start taking control of your life, fitness is the best place, in my opinion, to start. You can get on a pair of shoes and go for a walk. You don't need fancy equipment. Get on the internet. Look up different things you've wanted to try. You've got so much free stuff at your fingertips. Try yoga, try Tai Chi. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Maybe you've always wanted to try salsa dancing. Guess what? You can do that on YouTube. I know because I've tried it. Not really my thing, but it was fun enough. It's just I like belly dancing better. Anyway, it's going to help you build confidence. It's going to reduce your stress. It's going to reduce your anxiety. It's going to make everything easier to deal with. My exercise is my Prozac. It's that simple. In fact, that's why I was so upset this morning. My legs hurt so bad, and I was really freaked out because I'm like, what the hell am I going to do if I can't exercise even for a few days? What the hell am I going to do to cope with all of this? Anyway, I could go on and on and on about how much I love to exercise, but A, that's not the point of today's talk. And B, I have things to do and I have already talked longer than I intended to. So I hope y'all have a fantastic afternoon. I will be back Friday about 11 o'clock Alaska time.